Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So it is Flour It Up Friday, and since we have been going 14 months without a grocery store, we are very limited in what we can do because we are out of a lot of stuff, including chocolate chips, peanut butter, which is our favorite cookies. So I decided to do a really simple drop cookie. My mother used to make these all the time. I'm not exactly sure it's the same recipe, but it's good. So I got all my ingredients together. There's not a lot of them. There is flour, of course, all-purpose flour. And I have some vanilla. Then I have some butter, some salt, brown sugar, and my last water glassed egg. That's it. That's all you need for these drop cookies. So I'm going to make these by hand, but you can do this with a hand mixer or a stem mixer, whatever you have. In goes my brown sugar, and I'm just going to use a whisk to bring this together. This is that easy. I did melt my butter, and I will put the recipe in the description box below, so if you want to try them, you can. So I'm just going to mix this until it's well incorporated, and it sort of makes a lighter color. So in goes my egg. I did beat my egg just slightly. You don't have to do that, but I find it incorporates a lot easier if I do it that way, especially since I'm hand mixing that. So I'm going to mix my egg until it is well incorporated. And then after my egg, I'm going to add in my vanilla. So once I have my vanilla in, it's pretty much 2 more ingredients and then you're finished. So I'm just going to mix my vanilla in, and I want to mix that in as well. Really, really good. And the next and final step is to add my dry ingredients. Now I mix those together, my flour and my salt, and I'm going to mix that in with the whisk, and then I'll switch over to a spatula. If you'll notice, I haven't added any leavening, no baking powder or baking soda, and that's one reason why they're called drop cookies. That actually will hold their shape and they don't spread as much. This is probably the hardest part of this whole recipe here, this whole mixing, is getting the batter out of that whisk. And then I just take my spatula and mix the rest of that flour in. You want to make sure it's all incorporated and you don't see any more flour. Now I'm going to use a small cookie scoop here, but if you want to use a spoon, you could do that as well, and you can make them as big as small as you want. I'm going to put them on a lined cookie sheet. You can use parchment paper. If you want, you don't have to use a parchment paper or a liner. I just find that they come off a lot easier if I do this way, and with my oven they don't brown as much on the bottom. Now I will say the recipe called for 7 to 8 minutes in a 350 degree oven. Mine took 12 minutes in my 350 degree oven, which actually runs hot, so you might want to keep an eye on it. So here they are out of the oven. It's that quick, and they make 2 dozen per batch, and you see it's just slightly golden on the bottom. And these were really good on a cold day. It's freezing outside, and to have the oven warmed up, it's a good thing. And of course I did make my bread as well, but this is what they look like inside. And if you want to try them, I highly suggest you do, because they're really easy. And they are not overly sweet, and they do pair well with a nice hot beverage like a nice tea or coffee or even a hot chocolate. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. And remember, stay safe and keep prepping.